Let's see the surgical spaces. The surgical spaces that includes first it is the quadrangular cavity. It is called the ischiorectal fossa. This one. Then the second one, that is the perianal space. So here you can see this is yellow color. It is the perianal space. And the third space or the surgical space, it is called the submucous space of the anal canal. So submucous space that should be present between, that is, this is the mucous membrane and this is the internal anal sphincter. So between this, that the white color space is present, small, this on the both side, this one. So it is called the mucous membrane of the submucous space of the anal canal. So let's see, that is the ischiorectal fossa. So the ischiorectal fossa, it is the wedge shaped cavity. Here you can see situated on the both lateral side of the anal canal. Okay. Below it lies below to that the pelvic diaphragm. So here you can see that is the pelvic diaphragm. Okay. So base is directed downwards towards the surface, this one, and the apex it should be directed upward. Okay. Then the length antero-posteriorly, that is near about the 2 inches, width is 1 inch and depth is near about 2 to 5 inches. Okay. Then the boundaries of the ischiorectal fossa. So that is the base, it is formed by the skin, and apex it is formed by, here this is the apex, it is formed by the fascia meets the inferior fascia of pelvic diaphragm. So here you can see inferior fascia of pelvic diaphragm. So this one, blue color line. Okay. The line corresponds to the origin of the levator ani from the lateral pelvic wall. So this is the lateral pelvic wall, this is the ischium bone, and from this, that is the levator ani muscle, it should be originate. So this one. So the apex, this one, it is formed by the inferior fascia or the pelvic fascia. Okay. Then anteriorly, that the fossa, it is limited by posterior border of the perineal membrane. Okay. So this is the perineal membrane, and posteriorly this fossa, it is reaches the lower border of the gluteus maximus and the sacrotuberous ligament. So here in this diagram, it is not the 3D diagram. So here in this diagram we cannot see, that is the posterior relations. Then the lateral wall, this one. This is the lateral wall, it is vertical and formed by the obturator internus. So here you can see this brown color muscle, this is the obturator internus, this one. Okay. So it is formed by the obturator internus muscle and the obturator fascia. This lining marking, it is called the obturator fascia, and the medial surface of the ischial tuberosity. So this bone, that is the ischial tuberosity. Okay. Then the medial wall. So this one. So medial wall, it is made by laterally by the external anal sphincter. So here you can see that is the external anal sphincter, that is the superficial, and this is the deep part of the external anal sphincter, and levator ani in the upper part. So that is the levator ani muscle. Okay. So this is the ischiorectal fossa. After then we should have to see, that is the perianal space. So this one. So the perineal space, it surrounds the anal canal below to the white line of Hilton. So here you can see that is the white line of Hilton, and below to it, that the space is present, it is called the perianal space. It contains the subcutaneous external anal sphincter. So this one, you know, this is the subcutaneous part of the external anal sphincter. Okay. And also consists of the external rectal venous plexus and the terminal branches of the internal rectal vessels and nerves. The pus present into this space tend to spread into that the anal canal below to the white line of Hilton. So if the abscess should be forming into this region and the pus is formed, so because of that is the skin, pus cannot be comes outside, so it should be forming that the sinuses and present and open into that the anal canal below to the white line of Hinkley. ठीक है. Then the third is the submucous space. So you know that is the submucous space, this one. So that space which is present between the mucous membrane and the internal anal sphincter. So this small space, it is called the submucous space, and it contains the internal rectal venous plexus and the lymphatic. And here that is also the space where that is the abscess is commonly formed. So that is the istiorectal fossa, this one, the perianal space and the submucous space. So that is commonly occurs the infection and forming the abscess into this space. So that is called the surgical space of the anal canal. After then we should have to see that is the arterial supply to the anal canal. So firstly we should have to see that is the arterial supply of the anal canal. It should be divided into two parts, that is above to the pectinate line, that is supplied by the different artery, and below to the pectinate line, that is supplied by the different artery. So the part above the pectinate line, it is supplied by the branch of the superior rectal artery. So here you can see the superior rectal artery, it goes downwards and that is supply. So here you can see that is the anal column and it should be forming the pectinate line. So that is supplied by the superior rectal artery, which is the branch of the inferior mesenteric vein. Then the part below to the pectinate line, so this one, it is supplied by the inferior rectal artery. So here you can see inferior rectal artery. Okay? Then the venous drainage. So for the venous drainage, again we should have to see the another diagram. Here in this diagram you can see that is the venous drainage. So the internal rectal venous plexus, or that is also called the hemorrhoidal plexus, it lies into the submucosa of the anal canal. So here from this region, that is the anal canal is present, and here that is the internal anal sphincter, and this is the mucous membrane, and here you can see that is the plexus is present. So that is called the internal rectal venous plexus or the hemorrhoidal plexus. So it lies between the submucosa of the anal canal and it drains mainly into the superior rectal vein. So here you can see that is the veins that should be drained into the superior rectal vein, this one. But it communicated freely with the external anal plexus and thus with the middle and inferior rectal veins. So it should be joins with the middle rectal vein. So here you can see this one, it should be drained into that the internal iliac vein, that is the middle rectal vein, middle rectal artery, it should be drained into that the middle rectal vein, and middle rectal vein it should be drained into the internal iliac vein. So it should be again communicates with the external anal venous plexus. Okay? Then the next is the internal plexus in form of the series of the dilated pouches connected with the transverse band around the anal canal. Okay? Then the veins present in the three anal columns, which is situated into that the three anal columns, which is located at 3, 7 and 11 o'clock position, which is called the space of the primary internal pile. So here in this diagram you can see that is the first vein that should be present into 3 o'clock, the second that is the 7 o'clock, and third one that is the 11 o'clock position. And commonly here that is the, it is the space where that is the primary piles that should be occur, internal primary spine. Okay? Then the external rectal venous plexus, it lies outside to the muscular cord. So here in this diagram, that is here the internal anal sphincter, and this external rectal venous plexus, it should be present outside to that the muscular cord, means this region. Okay? And it communicates freely with the internal plexus. The lower part of the external plexus, it is drained by the inferior rectal vein. ठीक है, and the inferior rectal vein that should be drained into the internal pudendal vein, and the middle part which is drained into the middle rectal vein, which is drained into that the internal iliac vein. So here, and the upper part of the anal canal which is drained into the superior rectal vein. ठीक है, and which is drained into this inferior mesenteric vein, and which drain into that the portal vein. ठीक है. Then the second one importance of the anal veins, that is the anal veins, they are arranged radially. Here you can see that should be arranged radially in this diagram. You can see that the anal veins, they are arranged radially around the anal margin, and because of excessive straining during the defecation, it may rupture of the veins and forming the subcutaneous perianal hematoma. It is known as the external piles. ठीक है, so that is the difference between the internal and the external piles. ठीक है. Then the lymphatic drainage. So the lymph vessels from the part above to the pectinate line, it is drained into the internal iliac lymph nodes. ठीक है, so above to the pectinate line, so here that should be drained into the internal iliac lymph nodes. ठीक है, and the vessels from the part below to that the pectinate line, it is drained into the superficial inguinal lymph nodes. Okay, then the nerve supply of the anal canal. Nerve supply again divided into above the pectinate line and the below to the pectinate line. So the above to the pectinate line, it is supplied by the autonomic nerves, that is both sympathetic and the parasympathetic. So sympathetic nerve, that is L1 and L2, means the first lumbar and the second lumbar spinal nerve, and the parasympathetic nerve, that is the S2, S3 and S4, and the pain sensation that is carried out by the both of them. ठीक है, then below to the pectinate line, it is supplied by the somatic nerve, that is the S2, S3 and S4, and the sphincter, internal sphincter, it is covered to, so this is the internal sphincter, it is covered to contact by the sympathetic nerve and relaxed by the parasympathetic nerve. Okay, after then, that is the external sphincter, this one, that is the three part of the external sphincter, it is supplied by the inferior rectal nerve and by the perineal branch of the sacral nerve. ठीक है, and after then let's see that is the applied or the clinical anatomy. So the common disease which is very commonly occurs in the anal canal, that is the piles, or that is called the hemorrhoids. So internal pile, or that is called the true piles, are secular dilatation of the internal rectal venous plexus, and these veins majorly that should be present into that the 3 o'clock, 7 o'clock and the 11 o'clock position. So during the defecation or due to the constipation, when the patient strains for the defecation, so the veins present into that the three spaces, they are dilated gradually, and because of that the internal venous plexus which is present, the majorly three veins, they should be dilated, forming the varicosity, and this varicosity, it is called the internal pile, and this internal pile, it bleeds profusely, then it occurs the pain. ठीक है, then next one, that is the fissure. So here in this diagram you can see that is the fissure. So here you can see that is the anal columns, that is the 6 to 10 anal columns are present, and if that is the rupture of one of that is the anal column, it should be called as a fissure, and this fissure, it is very much painful. It cannot occurs more bleeding, but it occurs the pain after the defecation or during the defecation, and that is the important cardinal symptoms to diagnose the piles, internal piles and the fissure. ठीक है. Next one, that is the fistula. So here in this diagram you can see that is the ischiorectal fossa, this is the perianal space and this is the submucous space. So if any region due to the infection, that is the pus should be formed, so because of that is the membrane here in the perianal space, that is the skin is present, so pus cannot be drained, so it should be forming the tract or the sinuses below to that the white line of Hilton and open into that the anal canal. So it is called the fistula. Same like this, when the pus of the ischiorectal fossa cannot be drained because of the perianal membrane, so it should be directly open into the anal canal above to the white line of Hilton. So that is called the sinus or the fistula. ठीक है. Then the perianal abscess. So perianal abscess, that means the formation of the pus pocket into that the perianal space, and the ischiorectal fossa that also of forming that the pus pocket of the pus due to that the bacterial infection. ठीक है. So this is called the abscess, ischiorectal abscess and the perianal abscess. And sometimes that is the abscess should be formed into that the submucous space. So here. Okay. So these are the clinical points related with the anal canal.